So, I haven't exactly gone into any deep detail yet on the biggest problem, um, root of, as per my life, the root of all evil. Which, for anyone who actually knows me, we all know that's Grandpa. Now, have you ever heard of the term Sagagi? I may or may not be pronouncing it right, but it's... If you've been watching my videos, as you know, my memory is shit. So, Sagagi is when you take a child and you break their will before they have a chance to become their own person. That is exactly what happened to me, was that my will was broken before I had a chance to become my own person. And, well, if I'm being honest, Grandpa wasn't even the one that did that. It was my brother, the one that raped me when I was 5 years old. I can't remember, I don't think that I've really gotten into any of the really dirty, nasty details of my life at all yet. I feel like I need to just give a general rundown of what the fuck happened in my life to make everything click and make sense with all the rest of my videos that I've done so far. So you may want to sit down because this is gonna take a bit. After I lost Mom, on my 5th birthday, I was court ordered to go live with my grandparents, Dad's parents. As soon as I got moved in there, immediately Wayne started raping me. He was doing everything. Fuck's sake. He was 16 and I was 5. Rough age range for him. I cannot remember or know his exact age at that time. Sorry about that. I had to get some light in here. It's too dark. But yes, Wayne was the one that started everything. He was the one that essentially broke my will to begin with. He would threaten me that if I told anyone what he was doing, that he would kill me and anyone that I told. He has held a knife up to my wrist, along with his threats. I can actually remember one day very vividly that we were sitting in the back of the car, and he pulls out this giant-ass knife and holds it to my wrist and says he's gonna cut my hands off if I don't stop crying. I can remember one time very vividly that he took me up to the saddle on top of the mountain and started masturbating, laying down, and blew his load all over his stomach and forced me to lick it off of him. There has been multiple times that Wayne has done all kinds of nasty fucking shit to me. And, you know, as an adult, I told him that I forgave him because that's what Grandpa taught me. And now I feel like a fucking fool for saying that. Because in recent years, in my adult life, I have tried to get along with Wayne and tried to have a good brother-sister relationship with him, but he has proven to me that that cannot be possible because he makes up things and accuses me of them, and I'm sitting here reading his texts and thinking, what the fuck are you even talking about, dude? Like, this stuff that you're accusing me of doing or have done, I never did. So, yeah, that's just kind of a tad bit of Wayne. I don't really want to get into that too much. After Wayne was sent to jail, Grandpa started on me. And the very first time I can remember it as if it just happened. It was evening time. He stuck his hand up my shirt, up the front, while he was standing behind me, and whispered to me to, you know, not say anything, not make any noise, and that it was normal, that everyone does this. Every grandpa and granddaughter does this. So, I mean, with some imagination, you know where that went. Grandpa would continue to rape me, making me think that it's normal on a daily and nightly basis. There was so incredibly much more than just rape that happened that has fucked me up for life. At this point in my life, like, yeah, the sexual abuse, it's still doing a number on me. I am still very much affected by it, but that's like kind of the least of my problems at this point. The way that he taught me to be, the way that he raised me, was unlike anything else. Unlike anything else that the majority of people have heard. I have tried telling other people about my experiences, and I've had some people just straight up say, that's your grandparents. They wouldn't do that. They love you. Were you there? Were you there to see what happened behind closed doors when he made sure that no one else was home? Or was too young to know what was going on? There has been times that Grandpa would take me into the kitchen, and he would either be sitting on one of the kitchen chairs and have me on his lap, or he would lay me on the table. Meanwhile, the boys, at that time, it was Cade, Traven, Joe, and Gabe. They were literally in the next room. And They were in there watching TV, watching Scooby-Doo like always, every night. Meanwhile, Grandpa has me in the kitchen with the lights shut off so that the boys can't see anything other than the TV. And I mean, they're so into their show that, of course, they're not gonna notice what's going on in a different room. I gotta back this up a little bit so I don't feel so suffocated. Just the fact that the way that Grandpa has warped my mind to the extent that he has is a lot of what is hindering me now, what has been hindering me my whole life. I was, never allowed to have a social life. I was pulled out of public school. We lived 6 miles out of town. I wasn't ever allowed to talk to anyone. Any occasion that I did have a chance to talk to anybody besides Grandpa or Grandma, pretty much anyone besides whoever lived in the house at the time, and my dad and stepmom, anyone outside of them that I would talk to, well, I mean, hell, even everyone in the family, like, all they ever heard me talk about was how much of Grandpa's daddy's girl that I essentially was. So I can very well see a lot of the family that, like Donna, Wayne, Dad, Lenny, if they've ever doubted what I said when I finally came out about what was really happening, I can see why it would have been hard for you guys to believe me. Because of the fact that my whole life, I was always Grandpa's girl. I was his fucking baby. But what you guys didn't know was that, well, I mean, for all I know, maybe you did. Because I know for damn sure that Grandma was in on it. Donna wasn't doing anything to... Hang on. Sorry about that. Some other things happened last night. Not something I'm gonna get into, but I know that Grandma was in on it because, I mean, fuck, Grandma, if you ever get to see this, if you ever see any of my videos, I know that you were in on it. You had so many chances to be a grandma, to be a mother figure. My mom had just been killed in my arms. The least you could do was have a little compassion. Were you just jealous? Were you jealous because Grandpa was giving me attention that he should have been giving you? If so, believe it or not, I can understand that. At the same time, though, did I ask for that? Was I asking to be fucking raped? On a fucking regular basis? No. Everything that I have ever done or said throughout my life, especially growing up, everything was taught to me. And nobody did anything to help. That's why it sickens me. It causes so much anger within me that I feel like I can't help but to hold some amounts of resentment. Because, like, Lenny, Dad, Donna, anyone else, neighbors, how could you guys have not seen the obvious signs that there was something seriously fucking wrong with me? You can't tell me that you couldn't tell by the way that I would talk, walk, act. Everything about me screamed, there is something extremely wrong, but I don't know what it is. At that time, I did not know what the fuck was going on. I didn't know that everything that I was being told was lies. Everything that I was being taught was bullshit. That has been the first 20 years of my life. I have been taught nothing, especially nothing useful. I have been told the most ridiculous lies. You know, like, take for example, wearing thongs will cause cancer. As in underwear? What the fuck kind of bullshit is that? Telling me that shaving, whether it be my legs or bikini area or anything else, causes cancer? Are you fucking retarded? How about the fact that in each and every video that I actually do face to camera videos, it's hard to fucking miss that when I'm speaking, if you look at my mouth, you can see the gap between my teeth. You can see that there is some serious shit wrong with my jaw. It was a lot worse as when I was a kid because of the fact that at that time I didn't have any teeth pulled yet. It's a lot better looking now since I've gotten all of my side teeth on the top pulled out. So my teeth are from here on the top, from here to here currently. I have almost all of my bottom ones, and my bottom jaw is what's fucked up the most. You can't tell me that no one ever saw that. It's hard to not see it. And let's bring up the fact that, well, all of my childhood, I was getting my ass beat for breathing wrong, for speaking wrong, for eating wrong. All because of medical issues that were never addressed because I was never allowed to go see a fucking doctor. I don't have hardly any medical records from my childhood. I don't know any of my family medical history, so now when I go to the doctors, they ask for medical history of family. I don't know anything. I literally don't. I can't give any information because I don't know. Anything that I think that I might know, I have no choice but to question it because I have been lied to so much. I don't know what's true and what isn't. I think one of the biggest lies of all, aside from the obvious that everything that I was being taught was I was supposed to see that as normal. That, yeah, I guess that is the biggest one, is that everything that I was learning growing up, I knew as normal. And then when I grew up and got out in the world, I figured out that I don't know anything. I don't know how to be around other people. I don't know how to talk to other people. Life has been hell for me. I have lived nothing short of an absolute fucking night terror. I didn't leave home until I was 20. And you know, I've had a lot of people ask me, well, why didn't you leave as soon as you turned 18? Do you not know what it's like to be brainwashed all of your life? Well, pardon my anger, but that's exactly it, is that I have not known until recently that I just answered my own question. Nobody knows what it's like to be brainwashed their whole fucking life. Not like I have been. So it makes everything difficult as fuck, to say the very least. Another huge, massive lie that I have been told. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't even know if it is a lie. I don't know what's true and what isn't. I don't know what to believe. When I finally came out and decided to tell Dad what was going on, his first response was, I can't believe this. When I told him, Dad, your dad has been raping me all these years, the first thing he says is that he doesn't fucking believe me. And you know why? Because Grandpa supposedly, I don't know if it's true or not, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, from my knowledge, Grandpa had prostate cancer. From my knowledge, he beat cancer. According to everyone else that I have talked to, especially Dad, and one of the reasons that Dad says that he couldn't believe me was because of the fact that with prostate cancer, supposedly, you can't get a hard on. You can't get your dick hard. Well, someone needs to do some fucking explaining then as to why I ended up needing a hysterectomy in my early 20s. Because of what Grandpa was doing to me. Because of him raping me every day and every night. All those years. As soon as Wayne quit, Grandpa started. So there wasn't ever really a break there. So, 15 solid years, I've been raped multiple times. Literally countless, too many times to count for that many years. If people don't want to believe it, that's on them. Because I know what happened. Because my body says so. I have physical scars. I have physical proof of everything that has happened to me. Some of it's scars, some of it's internal, some of it's external. I have brain damage. I have problems speaking half the time. I have problems thinking. I am literally losing brain function more and more by the day. Which, brain damage within itself, that's a thing to talk about. So, I did some research and found out that, well, I couldn't find any information on anything as severe as what I have endured. So I have to just kind of piece together what I can. And basically, with having back to back to back to back to back to back different kinds of brain injuries for 15 years straight, they've all gone untreated, one happening after another with no time for healing between. If you go for so long with so much brain damage done, and it goes untreated, unaddressed, not even known of, it is going to cause problems later in your life. And I'm speaking from, if you have brain damage that happened very early on in your life that never goes treated, never is addressed, never is taken care of, anything like that. At the point in time that Sam moved over here from Ohio, I didn't know it yet, but that was the point in time for me that all hell was going to start breaking loose. That was the turning point. Now, I know that you don't see me walking in these videos. I'm losing my ability to walk. I'm losing my life, essentially. Everything is being stripped away from me now. And I know from, I can't speak for every abuser out there, but for Grandpa himself, especially after telling me that he was trying his best to do things to where even after he passes away, his work will still continue on. At the time, he was pointing out to me trees that he was planting on the property. Well, I didn't know that he was talking about me as well. And another big question I have is, why the fuck was it only me? Of all of the generation of my age and younger, why the fuck was I the only one? I wouldn't wish anything bad to happen to my boys at all. Don't get me wrong. If you guys are watching this, please don't take it that way. That's not how it's meant. Donna was the golden girl, the golden child. Grandma adored her, adopted her as her own daughter. She wouldn't do that for me. Wayne? Yeah, he went to jail for what he did to me because of the fact that, well, my elementary school called the cops and said, hey, go get this dude and take him to jail. All of Donna's boys? Dude, you guys were like the golden children. All of you were. You may have gotten punished a little bit here and there. Got your ass beat a little bit. You guys were not, from my knowledge, you guys were not abused. At least not like I was. Grandma loved to beat the fuck out of me with a wooden spoon. She loved to embarrass me. She loved to do anything that she could to make me look and feel as small as possible. She never did that to any of the boys. The boys were the golden kids. Could do no wrong. And Grandma even shows it still to this day. Just like I mentioned in one of my other videos, that seeing her after all these years, and she came to meet her newly found grandson, which happens to be my brother, a different brother. He can do no wrong. he reached out to shake her hand upon first meeting. And she glanced over at me as if the look on her face was saying, the look on her face and the energy that she was giving off to me was saying, go fuck yourself, go to hell and die. That honestly, I don't know why it hurt me so bad, but it did. I felt like I should have been expecting that. I was just so hopeful that maybe things would be different. But they're not. Anyways, there's been a lot of bad shit that's happened in my life. And I know that there's more that I still need to get out. I need to stop before I start getting emotional.